Welcome back to Awful Movie Reviews.
I'm taking a long walk right through that door.
Mad scientists and their experiments gone wrong, we've seen it many times before in science fiction and horror movies. And to be fair, some of them were actually pretty good. And then we've always got that one loser. And this is this week's movie. It's called Zaat, also known as Blood Waters of Dr. Zed. Dr. Kurt Leopold is a mad scientist who's working on a very strange experiment. Yes, he plans on turning himself into a giant walking catfish in order to exact revenge on his former colleagues who dismissed him as a madman. Now, on the very thin surface, this may look like cheesy fun, but deep inside its shit-filled interior, there's a movie that should have never been made, and for good reasons.
Yeah, I know.
So, what exactly is wrong with this flick? Everything. So, a movie where the monster wants to conquer the entire universe, he's doing a really terrible job. Is this the best he can do? He waddles around like a snail. He seems to have a hard time getting around underwater as well, and he always gets his ass stuck in nets. Like, really? Why? His plan of world domination also gets put to the side, as he also enjoys observing the opposite sex painting. Okay.
Don't you have anything better to do?
Well, apparently not. He goes around killing the two scientists who made fun of him. And isn't it just convenient that both of them live in the same small southern swamp town? Wait, he didn't even touch her. How did he manage to kill her? It really feels like the script was written by an 8-year-old kid. It's as simple as it gets. No character development whatsoever, pacing which is just so long, and of course to top it all off, some of the most ridiculous special effects ever.
I like the catfish, but it's beautiful.
It also starts out with a long sequence of Mr. Leopold sharing with us his admiration for fish. And it goes on and on and on. Weirdo. It's also one of these movies where the law enforcement is particularly useless, where the town sheriff pulls out a gun but decides to battle the villain with his bare hands. Gee, that ended really well. Terrific idea. And then this happens.
Yeah, there was a rumor going around that he was trying to...
To what?
turn a man into a fish.
Damn, Lou, why didn't you tell us sooner?
That's because the movie would have probably been finished in like a half an hour. They needed a lot of filler scenes, and there are a lot of them. What this movie is actually all about is some former Nazi scientist's big ego. He was told that he couldn't make a monster fish out of a man. Gee, how dare his colleagues dare to do such a thing?
I can authorize you to purchase another supply of mice and rats, but a human guinea pig? That's a request I must turn down.
But think about it. Even if this was totally normal, who would want to be turned into a chubby and ugly-ass monster? This movie makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Something else to note is that this piece of crap was shot in Florida. Now, how is it that so many shitty movies that I've seen were shot in Florida? This includes Devilfish and Cruel Jaws, movies that I formerly reviewed. Please subscribe in order to see these videos. In fact, this movie is so awful that it was actually listed as one of the worst movies ever made in the history of cinema. And I firmly agree. It's an avalanche of garbage. It's cinematic incompetence at its peak. It's an ass version of Creature from the Black Lagoon. What an awful movie.